Okay, let's settle this once and for all. There's a lot of confusion and myths surrounding the date of Jesus' birth. First, the whole idea that Jesus' birthday is on December 25th because Christians hijacked a pagan sun-worshipping holiday. Well, it's not that simple. It's a fun conspiracy theory, but the church had better math than that. They didn't just pick a random date to overshadow a pagan festival. Here's the real story, and it starts with John the Baptist. Yep, Jesus' cousin. The early Christians used the date of John the Baptist's conception to calculate Jesus' birth. By working backwards from the date of John's conception, they arrived at December 25th for Jesus' birth. So it wasn't about hijacking a pagan holiday, but rather a calculated decision based on historical and religious contexts.
Alright guys, so we know John the Baptist was conceived right after Zechariah had his temple vision. This vision was a pivotal moment, marking a significant event in biblical history. Zechariah, a priest, was chosen by Lot to enter the temple of the Lord and burn incense. While he was there, an angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing at the right side of the altar of incense. Zechariah was startled and gripped with fear, but the angel said to him, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah, your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you are to call him John." That happened during the Jewish festival of Yom Kippur, which lands around late September. Yom Kippur, also known as the Day of Atonement, is the holiest day of the year in Judaism. It is a day set aside to atone for the sins of the past year. The timing of Zechariah's vision during this sacred festival adds a layer of spiritual significance to the conception of John the Baptist.
Right, so 9 months later, John's born in late June. This timing is crucial because it aligns with the historical and religious context of the period. The birth of John the Baptist is celebrated on June 24th, a date that has been observed by the Christian Church for centuries. This date is not arbitrary, but is based on careful historical and theological calculations. Boom, June 24th, John the Baptist's birthday. This date is significant not only for its historical accuracy, but also for its symbolic meaning. John the Baptist is considered a forerunner to Jesus, and his birth is seen as a precursor to the coming of Christ.
Okay, now Luke's Gospel says that Mary visited Elizabeth when Elizabeth was 6 months pregnant. This visit is known as the Visitation and is celebrated by the Church on May 31st. During this visit, Elizabeth, filled with the Holy Spirit, exclaimed, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the child you will bear." That means Mary conceived Jesus around late March. The Annunciation, when the angel Gabriel announced to Mary that she would conceive and bear a son, is celebrated on March 25th. This date is exactly 9 months before December 25th, the date celebrated as the birth of Jesus.
Add 9 months, and you get late December. This calculation is not just a matter of simple arithmetic, but is deeply rooted in the liturgical calendar and the traditions of the Church. Jesus is born in late December. The celebration of Jesus' birth on December 25th has been a central part of Christian tradition for centuries. This date was chosen not only for its historical significance, but also for its symbolic meaning, aligning with the winter solstice and the return of light to the world.
See? No sun gods required. The choice of December 25th for the celebration of Jesus' birth was not influenced by pagan festivals, but was based on careful historical and theological considerations. The Church nailed it down using John the Baptist's timeline. This timeline provides a clear and logical framework for understanding the dates of these significant events in the Christian calendar. Also, isn't it poetic that John the Baptist's birthday aligns with the summer solstice, when days start getting shorter, and Jesus' birthday aligns with the winter solstice, when days start getting longer? This alignment is seen as a symbolic representation of John's role in preparing the way for Jesus, the light of the world. John himself said, "He must increase, but I must decrease." This statement reflects the transition from the Old Covenant, represented by John, to the New Covenant, represented by Jesus.
We didn't just pick a random date. The dates of these events were carefully chosen based on historical, theological, and liturgical considerations. We're making sense, and it's symbolic too. We're geniuses. The alignment of these dates with significant astronomical events adds a layer of symbolic meaning to the Christian calendar.
So, next time someone brings up pagan holidays, just smile and say, "Nope, we've got John the Baptist's birthday to thank for December 25th. This response highlights the historical and theological basis for the celebration of Christmas on December 25th. Nope, we've got John the Baptist's birthday to thank for December 25th. This date is not just a random choice, but is deeply rooted in the traditions and teachings of the Church, and he had the receipts. The historical and theological evidence supports the choice of these dates, providing a clear and logical framework for understanding the Christian calendar."